try it. Hello. What about this? Okay. Trying to get a good spot for the YouTube live. Okay. Now, I'm going to finish off my furring process for Shiranui. Hi, L-I-I-L. Welcome. All right. So I'm going to finish applying some of this faux fur to the head here for this one. And then I need to do a couple of other things on it. So yeah, I've pretty much only got the top of the head to do on this one. That needs to dry overnight before I trim it. And then we're probably good to go for the feet. Then I can start adding the details. So that's exciting. All right, so put a little bit in here. Trying a different view on my YouTube as well. Okay. All right, so I'm going to basically do a little bit at the back here. I'm going to clean this top of the glue off because it's getting a bit yucky. I've almost finished a bunch of dolls that I've been working on, so that's good. Got this one, the crystal stag. I got one more thing to do on the elephant. I'm just waiting for things to dry. And, oh, the medieval cat. That's the last one. So I'm almost done with them. Then I'll be able to start on the next batch. I finished my Halloween dolls too. So I just put a new video up on my YouTube on how I made Count Catula. So that went up last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it. Technically this morning. So I will give this a trim once it's all dry, but it will need about 24 hours to dry properly, on the head that is. And then lastly, I'll do the paws once this is dry, because otherwise you sort of got to manhandle it a little bit and you end up sort of squishing all the glue and just kind of wrecks it a little bit. So I always wait till it's dry before I move on to the next bit. But I generally try to do this top bit in one section, so it's nice and easy and even, sorry. So I use a tacky fabric glue that it's kind of fast drying, but I usually leave it overnight to properly adhere, well. So I'm not tearing anything off. So I usually stop at where the bridge of the nose is, and I'll do that in its own separate piece too. But I generally try to do it in one sort of big piece because it just it makes it a bit more even. So, and it all depends on the faux fur that you're using too. Sometimes some of them are really difficult to work with, so sometimes they're not the best thing to use, but this one's, I usually use this faux fur in particular for most of my dolls, because I generally airbrush the colours on these days. But yeah, then it's just a case of patting it into place. Cleaning your fingers in the process. Thank you for the follow. Getting some up your nose, why not? So once it's dry, it definitely needs a bit of cleanup work. But just clean up the eye area a little bit. Get off. More. Right. And then I could probably do some work on the little shoulder blade things. See if I can move that up a little bit. So I want to make sure that's all nice and pressed in. I generally don't press it too hard in the beginning because I don't want the glue to sort of come out and squeeze out onto the fake fur. We don't want that to happen because it sort of clumps it together and ruins it a little bit. So all right, last bit on the muzzle. As always, I cut way too much off, but that's fine. This is a good size, this one. Whoops, sorry guys. Sorry guys, that fell off. Maybe I'll just put it back up where it originally was. Like that. Let's do that. Okay. And it doesn't matter if you use too much, that's fine. Because you can sort of work in how much you need. Get off. You always have to have clean fingers with this because it's really easy to get glue on it and then it rips all of the fur off it. So And then it's just a matter of patting it down, make sure it's nice and secure. I like patting it as opposed to sort of rubbing it because you just end up moving it around anyway. So I generally don't pull off the excess either until it's dry because they end up coming off in a clump. So that looks to be about right. So that'll need to sit overnight for me to trim it. For the arm, I don't even know what they're called. So I'm leaving this long. I'm sort of making this up as I go. It is Shiranui, but I'm sort of making the look up. I've only ever seen sculptures of it. So yeah. All right. So that's what it looks like at this point. I'm going to get rid of all of this fur. And then what we're going to do is get up some reference images because I'm going to do these little, I don't even know what you call them, little fur bits. So we've got a weight to do the lower ones, and then I've left this long, but they need to be much longer. So what we're going to do, I don't know if I have any bits long enough, to be honest. Here. That's the wrong colour, that one. I've got two different white faux furs, and one's a bit more yellow, and you can't tell under this light, but in the sun, it's like two completely different colours. Ugh. Okay. So this is supposed to come up quite far, so I reckon I'm going to have to put a wire in it, and I might do this one separately, but we've got these little paw ones here, which I'm wondering if I can just do that with this. So we need two like swirls. One there. And then we need these two up here. So there'll be nothing on that side. One there. And I'm going to add a little bit of fur to that. Okay. I'm going to get my Alma's glue and my crappy brush. Oh, I'm going to use a different crappy brush, actually. There's my crappy brush. Crappy brushes. Yeah, I'll use this one. All right, so I'm going to get some glue. Right, so we're going to get some glue here. We're going to create the swirl out of the glue. But I think what I'll do is add more fur to this as well in the process. I'm just kind of experimenting here, so. All right, let's cut a little bit of fur off. This hair gets up your nose, like anything. Okay. So this sort of method I did for the tail. It's holding up okay. It's a complete experiment, but I'm just wanting to sort of keep the fur texture and not like use a completely different material for this. So I'm using the glue to sort of work it into the fur and keep the sort of fur texture. Okay. And I'm using the Elmer's because it's a little bit thinner and it doesn't dry like the fabric glue does. Okay. All right, see how that goes. And then I think it's looking okay. I want this to be halved, so this one's going to go higher. I'm going to split it a little bit. So I'm sort of really gently running my brush over it. Because I want to maintain the fur look. One. Hey, mate. Oh, you caught me this time. There you go. Well, it's nice to hear that I'm on your FYP all the time. One. So once these are all dry and I've done all the separation parts and stuff, I'm going to go in, I'm not sure if I'm going to do my airbrush or not, or if I'm going to do, those just joining, sorry. What? Gee, thank you. No. Get out of here. I lost my train of thought now. Thanks, mate. I don't know if I'm going to be using the airbrush or not for the line work. So, yeah. This piece is going to have a wire in it, I think. So I'm going to do that separately, I reckon. And I'm going to mash the two pieces together with the wire. I think that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for the follow. So basically, I just need to do, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the game Okami, but they have like these little things on their fur that look like wings. So that's what this is. I've sort of been experimenting, training the faux fur in a particular way with some glue, which seems to be working okay. I was going to use hairspray, but hairspray yellows. So, and I don't know how long it lasts for. I don't think it's a forever thing. I think it loses its tackiness. So yeah, now I've got one more swirl, which I think that's enough. I'm going to cut another little bit off this piece. Maybe that much. Okay. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue to the end bit here so I can get it under control. And I'm going to, where are we putting it? Probably about here. And I'm going to combine that in. Some more glue. Spin it around. Okay. All right. I reckon that's about it. Thank you for the likes. All right, so this is what we've got, kind of. I might make these a little bit thicker, to be honest. Just making it up. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. Okay. work out that well. Okay. All right, I think that's looking okay. Now the second part, hoping that's looking all right. This one I'll do separately because it's quite elaborate. Maybe I'll do this foot here because we've got quite a bit of fur here. So we want one bit up here. And then there's a smaller bit here. There. And then we got these two bits here that are going to twirl over. Okay, let's do that. I might cut off a little bit here to... I don't need all this fur here. Shoot. I should have just actually sauce stir pad. I'll just keep some of this. All right. All right, so let's do this swirls to begin with. I'm going to put a little bit of extra in there as well before I start swirling. Clean my fingers in the process. Hey, Angie, how are you? It's like a weird stylist. And then we want look at this bit. Train that up here. The bigger bits I'm going to have to do it as a separate piece, but these ones are quite small, so that's no problem. Just doing it this way. Brush it over the top. Okay. It shapes it there. I don't know what I'm going to do for the little tube bits. Don't know. Okay, so that's sort of getting there. And got a smaller bit here, which I'm going to do this. Okay. And then I've got one more swirly bit to do. Just keep coming on. Let's clear my fingers. Okay. Right. Stay. Okay. Just knocked it out of place. Stay and dry. Just hold it there for a minute. All right. Now that goes there, that goes there. Okay. That'll do. What's next? So basically, I don't know if I've got the right colour actually. I got red. Is this like a reddy orange? This one might work actually. Good colour. So basically what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use this one, is just sort of align it, if that makes sense. I'm hoping this works. But this is a perfect colour actually. So this is too bright, that one. Cat, you are doing is it. Cat is not what I do at the moment, but I do make cats. So basically I'm wanting this just a look to see what it looks like. You know, I might even add more fur to this. Once it's dry. But yeah, I'm just basically going to add the stripes in this way. That's what it's going to look like, I guess. Anyway, I think that's okay. So yeah, it'll look like that. And so I sort of did the same with the tail, which I'll go back over with the textures, I think. But yeah, it's looking okay. I think this one will have to be a separate one as well. So that's sort of what we're going for. Now, it is a baby elephant. He's balding. Who's balding? Who be balding? It is a baby elephant. I finished off the detail work on the skin yesterday, so I used like a fabric marker, and it needs a little while to dry. So yeah, it's basically our little. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to leave these bits to dry before I flip them over. And I'm going to put this off to the side. This can go here. This, I'm going to put in there, even though it's going to get discolored. Yeah, so I'm just leaving this to dry a little bit longer. And then what I was going to try is, I know they have a lot of hair on them. So basically I was going to see how this goes. But I've just got like a little bit of hair, basically, and I'm just wanting to see how well it felt into here, because it is like a silicone that I think it's a silicone covered fabric by the looks of it. So see how this goes. So I've got a little bit of hair that sticks out on like their entire body, really. But so yeah, I'm sort of just wanting to see how this looks. I just don't want it to be easily pulled out, if that makes sense. So they've got like quite a bit of hair sort of coming off here, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to peel a little bit off here and just, I guess, spread it out. Spread the love. It must be like a latex or something on top of this, because it's got like a cotton fabric backing and then like a latex thing on top. So that's why I'm sort of poking it, because it sort of springs back. So I'm just pulling the longer bits off. I think that's looking okay. Probably trim like the longer bits off. So it looks like it goes all the way down. I don't want bits that are too long. So I'll try and taper it off around here. And maybe just like put bits and pieces around the whole body, I guess. That's going to take a long time. Yeah. All right, I'll try and taper it off around here. And that's kind of a good way to try and hide the seam line too, so, you know. All right, cut the big bits off. Okay, so I'll probably have to blend it. So I'm going to blend up here. Looking all right. All right, I think that's looking okay. I'm sort of starting to... Thanks for the follow. Hey, if you want to contact me, I don't know how this contacting thing works. I never get any notifications after the live, so shoot me a message on my website, creaturesinnet.com. I don't know what's supposed to happen with those contacting things. Anyway. Move this up here. All right. So I'm going to have to do the whole doll with that because it just looks more realistic. So it is a baby elephant and they're kind of hairy, surprisingly. That's fine. Okay. Now, do I have more of that hair somewhere? Here we go. So it's mainly the legs, they're a bit more hairy, and there's like bits and pieces sporadically over it. So this is a Japanese dragon I'm currently working on too. It's kind of on pause until I finish the rest of the dolls. But yeah, maybe I'd grab... This is my Halloween one that I just finished. The Hellhound. So I just finished this one up and I put it in my shop. The video for this one, how I made it, will be up tomorrow on YouTube. But yeah, that's the Hellhound so far. So this one has the LEDs in its head and mouth, all that stuff. Thank you. So yeah, I just finished that one, not yesterday, the day before, I think it was. Took some photos and all that stuff. So it's up in my shop and now. And yeah, I'll have the video up tomorrow on YouTube on how I made him. So we can have a Halloween one. And I put the video on how I made Count Catula up this morning. So yeah, a couple of proper videos going up this week. I have such a huge backlog of videos as well. So it'd be good to actually get those up on my YouTube. So yeah, this one has the LEDs in the mouth, the eyes, and also the rib cage. And yeah, I'm definitely going to use more LEDs in the future. Okay. Let's just do little bits of hair. Just got like a couple of strands. I don't want a huge amount in there, but I have to sort of. I haven't done like hair poking like this before, so I know the reborn things do it this way, and it's very time consuming, I have to say. I only want like a little bit on there too. Little fluff bits. Like, looks like I'm not even doing anything, but I'm doing like really tiny bits of hair. Where's the rest of it? Okay. Any more pictures? So they've got kind of got like hair everywhere. Why did I choose to do this? Okay. Combing's the best idea, but that's what we're going to do. All right. That's looking all right. Such hairy little legs. Who would have thought? Hairy little elephant. Hairy baby. Yeah, it's more so in the back here. So I'm going to keep it pretty minimal up the front, I think. And then doing a little bit up here, sporadically. Best idea ever. It'll take me a few hours to finish this hair, I think, but that's fine. Whatever. I want it to look realistic. So we're adding the hair. Thank you for the likes. It is the hellhound in front of me, yeah. See, I finally finished. I'm gonna release the video on YouTube tomorrow on how I made him, so keep an eye out for that. But I did catch Liz one today, so all right. Okay. All right. Now, so they don't have much. They got more on the back leg by the looks of it. A little bit underneath. So if I put like some underneath, what does it look like? It's just like a little bits underneath. Start off small. Start off small in the tummy. I think. Started in the most random of spots. get a better idea of how to do this. I'm sort of getting it, I guess. Sort of. Get it in there. The cat one was an awesome video. Oh, thanks. I just don't have a lot of time to edit them. So I've got like this big backlog of videos from all the other dolls that I've made. This is like a complete experiment. I didn't even know if this is going to work. So, but yeah, I don't mind the way it's looking. It just takes a long time. Okay, so getting some hair on there to make it a bit more realistic. So they've got like a little bit of hair underneath the tummy. Alright. A bit hard on the fingers though, I have to say, holding this fur for that long. Alright. Bit of hair. Oh, it gets up your nose. I think I'm going to do a little bit more sporadically up here so it blends a bit better. Okay. Well, that's a technique for you. Okay. Brush. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there, getting the hair on a little bit at a time. Okay. I think it's looking all right. I might put some black up here. I'll continue with a little bit of black on the top. And then it sort of goes to a bit of a grey-brown down the bottom. Anyway. Okay. All right, I'm going to end it there for today. Tomorrow I'll be back. I'll do some more work on Okami as well, on Shiranui from Okami. And yeah, also do some more work on the elephant. What else we got? Medieval cat. I need to finish sewing a couple of things on the medieval cat, and the crystal stag. And then once I'm finished with those two, I can start sculpting some more things. I can finish off my Japanese dragon that I've been working on. I still need to sculpt the ears and the horns. So then that would be ready to be finished. So yeah, this is what we got so far. What's your question, Charlie? What is your question, Charlie? Did I miss it? Fire away. How long does it take? So anywhere between 20 and 30 hours. When I'm doing things that are a bit more complicated, like reptiles take longer because I do each scale individually. For this reason, the elephant is going to take much longer because you thought it went through earlier. I couldn't see it unless I missed it. Yeah, so obviously this felting stuff's going to take a bit longer. I spent quite a long time on this elephant. So yeah, it's got a posable trunk as well. So there was a whole lot of playing around with that. And yeah, with the hellhound, because these have LEDs in it, I can show you. There's a bit more fiddling around. So I've got the LED pack in here. So LED pack sits in there. And then we've got the ribs that light up and also in the mouth, and also the eyes light up too. So like that, basically. So yeah, the battery pack sits in there, nice and hidden. But yeah, this is my Halloween one, and it also has posable ears as well. So you can, pose them whichever way you want. You can have them around the other way, a bit more pulled back. Yeah, I went for the color, and I just thought the color would add a little bit more to it. But anyway, so that is the Hellhound, which is up in my shop now, and I do offer payment plans for all of my dolls too. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to have to leave it there for today. I'll be back tomorrow though and do some more work on Okami. I'll shave the face, and it turned out so big. I didn't mean it for it to turn out so big. I'll shave the face, and I guess we could probably start working on the wing bits on the arms. I've still got a lot of work to do on Shiranui, so there you go. All right, well, follow along, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. YouTube, catch you.